Welcome to day 8 of the Great Summer Lock-In. If you're new here, that's my 75-day long challenge. The goal is basically for me to create this sustainable, healthy routine that will help me with my weight loss journey, but will also help me feel my best and become the best version of myself. So today is Monday, and usually I would be working, but I had the day off today because it's Victoria Day, so I had an extra long weekend, and so I'm going to use today as my reset day. This is one of the rules of this challenge, that I have to do this weekly reset routine. I did some of it over the weekend, but now I still have a couple of tasks that I want to get done before I leave to go to my parents. So I need to meal prep and also to tidy up my apartment because it's looking a little bit messy. So I'm going to start with the meal prep. I asked ChatGPT for a recipe idea for this week, and I'm going to be doing these barbecue chicken bowls. So I bought pre-shredded rotisserie chicken, and I'm just going to be adding my barbecue sauce to that, warm that up on the stove, and add in my veggies. So this is the final result. We have some jasmine white rice on the bottom, some shredded chicken with barbecue sauce, some corn, and some green beans. And these portions look massive. I followed ChatGPT's recommendation, but this is what volume heating looks like apparently. For lunch, I'm having some of the leftover barbecue chicken that I had from my meal prep, and I added half a cup of green beans and corn. And on the side, I didn't have any rice left, so I'm doing some fries with a little bit of mayo and a Diet Coke. It's time for me to pack my food for the week. So I already have a couple of things that I left at my parents' last week. I have Greek yogurt, I have some Diet Coke and energy drinks. I also have some snacks that I left at my parents' house, so I won't have to pack as much this week. I still have a couple of items that are new and that I want to make sure to bring, including the lunches that I prepped earlier today. So let me start by putting some ice at the bottom. And first we are adding the lunches that I prepped. I'm going to be adding in some fruit. So this week I have some apples that I think I'm going to put in a bag to make sure that they don't get crushed or anything. I have some raspberries that I'm bringing for some yogurt bowls and oatmeal. And I have my leftover pineapple that I'm also going to be bringing. For breakfast this week, I'm thinking of doing oatmeal, Greek yogurt, and I also have, I want to bring my protein pancakes. I want to try all three options and see which one fills me up the most. So I need to bring this as well as try doing a protein oatmeal. And I'm thinking of doing the Good Protein strawberries and cream flavor. I think this with like some chocolate chips and whatnot could be really nice. The apples, the pineapple. I think in terms of the cold stuff, that's pretty much it. Everything else is going to go in a separate bag because I don't need to keep them cold. So let's zip this one up. So in terms of dry ingredients, things that don't need to be in this bag, but that I'm going to be bringing in a separate grocery bag, we have my hazelnut spread from Kirkland. We have the protein powder. I got some pita chips because I have some hummus cups that I've left at my parents. And then I'm bringing nuts to go with the apples. So here we have the honey roasted blue diamond almonds. And then I have some lightly salted cashews. And I'm also going to be bringing these pretzel crisps. These are great with hummus, so this could be a good option for my afternoon savory snack. And I also will be bringing my blender bottles. I have some liquid IVs that I left at my parents, so these will be going in my lunch bag. And I think I have everything food-wise. Otherwise, I will just use what my parents have, but I try to be as prepared as I can. So now I will just put everything away, and then we can pack up my car and leave. So I just got back from a walk with my mom. I've also finished my second water of the day. So now the only task that I have left to do today is read. I'm currently reading City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. This is a reread for me. I read this for the first time 15 years ago, and now I've decided that I want to catch up to the whole Shadowhunter Chronicles before the release of The Last King of Fairy, which is the first book in the last trilogy ever set in this universe. I have a few books left in the Shadowhunter Chronicles world that I have not read yet, but I figured that before I dive into those, I wanted to reread everything. So I'm starting my way through this reread by reading City of Bones. I am currently about halfway through and I have been obsessed. I just love this series so much, and I remember why I loved it so much as a teenager. It's just so nostalgic, so freaking good. It still holds up today. I've been enjoying this immensely and I just cannot wait to just binge this series. I have a feeling that this summer is going to be a Shadowhunter summer for me. But before I dive into my book, I think I'm going to do a little bit of journaling. I have this Wisdom of Pooh journal and it's been a while since I filled it out, so I would like to do a little bit of journaling before bed, and then we're just going to cozy up and read as much as possible of A City of Bones. It's a hot one today for sure. Let me try to make this update quick. So I just got off work. I have officially finished my first water of the day. I also had a liquid IV at work because I was starting to feel the beginning of a headache, but that is not gonna count towards my water goal. Now, as for tonight's game plan, for my intentional movement, I'm thinking either we're gonna go for an outdoor walk because it's such a nice summer day out, or if I don't want to brave the heat, I'm thinking maybe I could do a workout at home. I did bring my gym clothes, so I could do an at-home workout with dumbbells, or maybe a Get Fit with Rick video. I guess we'll see. I also brought a word search coloring book so that if I want to do that tonight for my screenless activity, I could do that, or I might just use my reading time towards that. But I am planning on reading again right before bed. I'm kind of thinking I want to go get ice cream tonight. I don't know if I'll actually pull the trigger, but that could be a fun activity, I guess, a fun outing. Maybe I could even go on a walk and walk towards a place that has ice cream. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling that because of the summer vibe today. So I guess we'll see. Today has been rough. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know where to begin, but I feel like I've just been having a bad day. Not a terrible one, but my mood is just not it today. I kind of woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I woke up and my hair was bothering me, so I decided not to curl it because it was supposed to be warm outside, and I was like, I'm not dealing with this hair on another humid and warm day. So I decided to tie it back up, but my hair did not want to cooperate, and I ended up low-key hating the way that it looked, and I guess that kind of followed me around. I thought I would have all of this time to get ready in the morning because I tied my hair up, but as it turns out, it took me almost as long to just figure out what to do with myself than it would have taken me to curl my hair. But anyway, got out the door late and was rushing out to get to the office. I don't know, because of that chaotic morning routine, I feel like I just did not really have a great day. And even at the end of the day, tonight I went to Costco with my mom and I told myself oh, I can do a little bit of a workout after. I'll have enough time. I wanted to get ice cream, right? And I thought that this would be my screenless activity for today. As it turns out, it took a half hour for me to get my ice cream because they were having issues with the ice cream machine. So I was low-key regretting it, especially since it's kind of a treat. I'm on a weight loss journey and I was like, why did I do that, But I've been wanting one for days and I thought, you know what? I deserve this. I don't treat myself to soft serve ice cream all that often. But yeah, I was low-key regretting it. And now I got home at 8:30. I had yet to work out. I had not finished my water. I still haven't read my pages for today. And so I just felt very discouraged with myself. And it's funny because this morning I wanted to film this clip telling you, oh, we're 10 days in and I feel like things are starting to click. I want to push myself a little bit harder, but I feel like I'm getting this routine down. And I'm not saying that this is not true, because I think if we take away today, the first 9 days of this challenge, I've been pretty successful. Yes, I could push myself harder and further, but other than that, like, I've been sticking to the habits, and I'm glad that I am doing this, you know? The whole point of this was not necessarily for me to go above and beyond and do like a 75 hard challenge. It was to create something that would be sustainable for me and that would feel challenging but not too tough. But for some reason today, it just has not been working. I have been doing my things still. I'm trying to commit to myself, and I'm trying to, even when I'm having a bad day, to get the things done. But it did take a little bit of a mental push today to get through today. When I got home after Costco, I was just like, oh, I don't want to work out. I don't want to read my pages. I just want to take a shower, go to bed. But no, we're doing the thing. We committed. We're going to do this. I'll admit, I really don't want to read tonight. And it's not even because my book is not good. It's just because I just want this day to be over. But it's okay. I'm going to read a few pages. It doesn't have to be a full chapter. I'll try to read maybe, if I read one page, that's better than nothing. So I'll try to do that. And now I'm going to try to turn the page and start fresh tomorrow. Although I will admit that I'm a little nervous for tomorrow because it's going to be another chaotic day. I can already tell you. I have a happy hour thing happening after work. So at least I can count that towards my screenless activity. But I do know that it's going to make the working out part harder, for instance, because Thursdays are my drive back home. So currently I'm staying at my parents because my new job is in the city, but I have to drive back to my apartment, which is in another city that's an hour and a half away from where I currently am. Usually I leave my parents' house, I want to say at 6:30ish, so I get back home at 8ish. But tomorrow, because it's from 4:30 to 6:30, I probably won't get here until like 7ish. I want to have some kind of food in my system before I leave, so I probably won't be back at my place until like 9 or 10, unless I leave earlier, which I might end up doing. The thing is, I'm trying to socialize with my new coworkers, right? Because I want to create, like, I want to be part of the team. At the same time, like, my current living situation is making it a little tough for me to do that. So I'm gonna try to stay there for at least an hour maybe, or just to, you know, get a feel for it, at least be present for part of it. But I'm already kind of dreading tomorrow because how am I going to get my movement in? That's the part that stresses me out the most, because everything else I think I could get done. Maybe the reading will be a little bit of a challenge, but if I tell myself I read just a page like tonight, maybe I can get that done. But I think the reading and the movement are definitely going to be the hardest parts for me. Could I wake up earlier and try to get those done like in the morning? Sure, but I also don't want to overextend myself. So I don't know. I guess we'll try to see how I can make it work, but one day at a time. I'm just going to try to do my best, and that's all that matters. It's currently 5:45 and I just got back from my happy hour, so I ended up compromising and staying for an hour instead of staying for longer. So now I'm gonna get back to my parents' place because I do have a long drive ahead of me. My game plan for this evening is to pack up my car, maybe grab some dinner at my parents' place, although I'm not feeling super hungry, so I guess we'll see. The idea is I'll try to be ready and then leave so that I can get back to my place at maybe 8:30 at the latest. And then when I get home, I can get my movement of the day done as well as my reading. We're gonna try to keep it simple tonight. I probably will just end up doing a walking workout maybe, or a stretching routine. I just want to get it done. This is one of those days where I know it's chaotic and done is better than perfect. So that's what we're going to settle for.
Well done again, Danny. Give yourself a massive round of applause. I'm super proud of you.
Happy Friday, my friends. It's officially the weekend for me. I finished work at 12 and it's currently 2 p.m. So the work week is officially done for me. And now the weekend reset can begin. So recently I started the habit of just writing down everything that I want to do in the weekend. The list is long and some of these things are a bit more of a priority than others, but it's just a running list so that I can, unload everything onto the page and not have to remind myself, oh, I wanted to get this done. At least everything is written down. And even though I don't think I'll be able to get to everything, this is just a list of things that would be be nice to do this weekend. So I've already started crossing things off on the list. As you can see, mostly the YouTube work related stuff. I think today I want to take it to be a relaxing day. I love to just start the weekend on a relaxing note. So I don't necessarily want to just get super productive today. I think I need a little bit of a reward for getting through the work week, but I would still like to get started on some of the tasks like laundry. And I think I might focus more on the planning stages of my reset. So planning my meals and maybe even my outfits and just get started on getting ready for next week. So I think I'll get started with that. In terms of my movement for the day, this is the only task that I kind of want to have a plan for. Everything else I know I'm going to be able to do naturally. So I think for that part specifically, I'm either thinking we get a Get Fit with Rick video done because I do enjoy those a lot, or it's a really nice day out. So I could also go for an outdoor walk. I'm going to start my reset, start my tasks and see where the afternoon leads me, and we'll see what I'm in the mood for. I could honestly go for either or. I've been loving getting back into the Get Fit with Rick videos because they kind of push me a little bit more outside of my comfort zone, but also I kind of want to make the most out of this beautiful weather. So I might just go outside. Maybe we'll do both. Who knows? I just got changed because I decided that I'm actually in the mood to do another Get Fit with Rick video. I found this Japanese walking method one that I haven't done yet. So I think that's going to be a great way to get my blood pumping and to get some movement in and check that off of our list.
There's a couple of rules with side reaches. Reach. Whoa. So now, what let's wake this body up. This is your first workout of the day. 2. There we go. Then give yourself a massive round of applause. Well done. You absolutely smashed through that workout. I'm so proud of you.
Workout is done.
Yeah, it was to get us prepared both mentally and physically.
I've just finished my second water of the day, so now the only task that we have left to complete is read. Good morning. I woke up feeling like I wanted to get a good sweat in today, so that's exactly what I'm about to do. I'm going to put on a Get Fit with Rick video, and we're gonna get the workout part out of the way.
1, 2. Well done. Now. 1, 2. Believe it or not. Pretty ankle before you jump in.
This workout completely kicked my butt. I am so sweaty, but you know what? We showed up, we did it, that was great. And now it's 9:30, my intentional movement of the day is done. I'm almost done with my first water, so we are doing great. I feel like I'm on top of the world, even though I don't look like it. But now I think I'm gonna go maybe take a quick shower. I do wanna wash my hair, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that now or later. But the thing is, I wanna go to the grocery store to get a couple of items for my meal prep as well as for the weekend. So I'm gonna cool down for a bit, maybe take a quick shower, get changed, and then we're gonna head out the door to run some errands. I just got back from the grocery store and this is my complete haul. So we have chocolate chips, arugula, broccoli, some apples, hot dog buns and sausages because it's hot dog season and I want it to be stocked up, some trash bags, this Italian dressing that I think I'm going to use for a meal prep recipe that I found, chicken, fries, prosciutto, fondue meat, which I'm going to be using for a meal prep recipe, a cucumber, ciabatta buns, watermelon because that sounded so good, grape tomatoes, kitchen wood matches. These are my only impulse purchases. So we have the Drizzlicious s'mores bites. These sounded so good. I really want to try them out. And then these animal crackers, which I think would be really good with the mango sorbet that I have in my freezer. So now let's put everything away. It's not even noon, but I'm feeling a little hungry, so I think I'm gonna make lunch now. I also officially finished my first water of the day, so let's refill that. refill that. So for lunch, I think I'm gonna keep it simple, and I wanna do a arugula salad with some cherry tomatoes. I have some prosciutto. I can maybe have some bread on the side. I'm kind of in the mood for a really light, but also filling lunch. I think that's gonna be our game plan. I don't know about you, but this combo looks so insanely good.
My mouth drops open. That's such an awesome answer. I'm very annoyed. I'm like deeply annoyed. With that bookmark my channel. Also, in last episode, we got our stack down to like 3. Was it 3 books or 2 books? You probably didn't. That's insane. Lots of things have happened. We've had Christmas book hauls. We've had.
I just tried the Drizzlicious s'mores bites, and oh my god, this is so good. So I think I'm gonna have some for dessert. I did portion some of them out because I could easily go through the entire bag. It is that good. And then I'm also gonna have another Greek yogurt on the side because I did not have a lot of protein today, and I feel like I'm gonna get hungry otherwise. This is the Oikos peach mango flavor. So it's almost 5 p.m. I just spent the entire afternoon editing last week's vlog, and now I am ready to move on and take care of the other tasks that I need to get done for today. So the only thing that I have left to do is reading. Theoretically, I still have my weekly reset to do. I still need to do my meal prepping, and I still have to plan my outfits, but I don't feel like doing neither of those things today, so I'll keep them for tomorrow. That's fine. Now, let's talk books. So yesterday I did end up finishing City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, and what a fun ride. Honestly, this has been such a long time coming, and I'm so glad that I decided to reread this book because it was so fun. It held up so well. It was written in 2007, if you can believe it, and I'm giving it 4 stars. The only reason it's not getting 5 stars is because I know it gets better from here, and also I was hyper aware that I was reading about teenagers reading this. It reads very young, I guess. I had forgotten how much younger these characters are at the beginning of the series. I kind of got used to them being older and growing into their own, but it's going to be such an interesting ride to see them grow up now, because I feel like before I didn't really realize it, but now that I will be able to read the books closer together, I feel like I will be able to see that character growth arc much clearer than maybe I did back in the day, since I read them over the course of several years. But anyway, this was so fun. I definitely want to pick up the rest of the series. That said, I don't own it. I actually only own City of Fallen Angels, but that's book 4, and I have to buy the rest of the series in order to be able to read it. This copy is my sister's, so I borrowed it from her. I have to give it back. So I think I will be buying a copy for myself and buy the first 3 books at least in the series, because this first series, Immortal Instruments, is divided into 2 trilogies. I will be end up buying those books. I just don't know exactly when. I'm not necessarily feeling like I need to rush into City of Ashes. Since it's a reread, I already know what's going to happen. I had forgotten a lot about this book and the series as a whole, but I will admit that I don't feel like I need to jump right into book 2. So now I do have flexibility when it comes to my next read. Let me first put that back on my shelves. So next read. I did start reading In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams last week. I only read the first chapter, so I'm like 10 pages in, but I don't know if I'm in the mood to continue this. I definitely could pick it up. I don't see anything against that, but I've been watching a lot of Read It or Unhaul It content recently, and it kind of makes me want to do the same thing with my shelves. And so I kind of want to randomize things and use these cards to pick up my next read. So these are TBR cards. They have prompts written on them that should help you select your next read. And I initially bought them because I wanted to do a whole Read It or Unhaul It challenge on my channel back when I was doing booktube, and I ended up not doing that and shifted the direction of my channel entirely, but I still have the cards, so let's use them, shall we? Let's mix them in. They are so pretty, by the way. I don't know if you can really see that, but that's gorgeous. So we'll just pick a prompt at random, and I will use that to help me select my next read. I think there are prompts on here that are geared towards making you choose things that are not necessarily physical reads. I think there's one for ebooks, one for audiobooks and whatnot, but I really want to prioritize my physical TBR. So I am going to make sure that I pick a prompt that allows me to get a physical book. There's so many cards. I can't do this in a way that feels aesthetically pleasing. Let's do this prompt. Read a book based in a foreign country. Okay, so this is very flexible. I could either do something set in a fantasy world that is not our own, or I could do something that is in our world, but that is not set in Canada or the States. Let's see. What am I in the mood to read? Okay, so I think I've decided on The Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George. I bought this initially, I think it's been like 5 years maybe. I wanted to do a whole books around the world series. I actually did that back in the day. You can probably still find those videos on my channel. But I wanted to do a Paris episode and I never did. I did buy so many books for this specifically, but now I have them still on my shelves. They have not been read. And so I think I'm going to try for something that is a little bit outside of my comfort zone, something that has been on my shelves for a while, and also something that I might either keep or unhaul. This is the one that right now, for some reason, is calling to me. It's about a bookshop in Paris. I mean, what else can you ask for? So I think I'm going to try this. It seems like the chapters are really short, so I could really power through this, and we'll see if I like it or if I want to unhaul. Time for dinner. I'm starving, so I made myself a little salmon poke bowl, which I'm going to be enjoying with a ginger ale while catching up on some YouTube videos. It's now a little bit later. It's almost 9 o'clock, and I've just been spending my evening catching up on YouTube as well as reading The Little Paris Bookshop. I'm actually surprised that I'm enjoying this one. I think now I know I love romance, romantasy, fantasy, and so I tend to gravitate more towards those books. Whereas back in my booktube days, I think I was reading differently. I wasn't really into the same things as I am now. I guess this would have been a good pick for me back then, but now I'm actually really enjoying this. I think the fact that the chapters are short are really helping me, but I find myself not really being bored by this, and I can see myself finishing it. So I guess we'll see if I decide to keep it or unhaul it after I finish it. But for now, this is definitely an enjoyable reading experience for me. And with that, we're done with day 13 of the Great Summer Lock-In. This challenge is flying by, and I really feel like I'm at the point where the habits are starting to click in. I don't feel like this is as much of a challenge maybe as it was when I first started on day 1. I feel like some of these things are coming to me naturally now. Yes, I still need to plan ahead. It's still challenging enough that I need to remind myself that I need to drink my water, move my body, read, but those things are not as much of a struggle as they were on day 1, and I'm already seeing a difference also in my energy level. I just feel happier overall since I've started the challenge. I will admit that the scale has not moved a lot. I think I've been hovering in between 199 and 200 pounds, but you know what? That's fine. I did have a couple of digestive issues at the beginning of the week, and I know I tend to retain more water when that happens, so I'm not even worried about the scale at this point. I'm not doing this just for weight loss. I'm also doing this because I want to be a better version of myself, and I feel like I'm finally starting to get there.